Welcome inside the Domini Arena, back in Domini, Saskatchewan for the Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League Championship weekend. It's the semi-final that pits the Ravens versus the Snowbirds. And this game is super simple. Win, and you move right on to the final to face the Bucks. Lose, and you're going home. Of course, the Snowbirds were upset in overtime by the Bucks. So the Bucks get the automatic bye right to the championship final, which will be coming up at the conclusion of this game. And these two teams will battle. The Snowbirds looking for some redemption as they want to try to get back to the final to beat those Bucks. Meanwhile, the Ravens beat the Axemen in the 3-4 game, so that's why they're in the semifinal. The Snowbirds in the blue jerseys moving from right to left on your broadcast screen. The Ravens in the red jerseys moving from left to right on your broadcast screen. In net for the Ravens, Mitch Deason. He was good in that game against the Axemen, and in goal for the Snowbirds is Greg Cunningham. As there's a little bit of a issue with the clock, so they're gonna get that all sorted out before we get ready to go. Colton Adair, Joel Thompson, Kagan Jackstite will start for the Snowbirds up front. Jared Penner, Matt Landers on defense. Meanwhile, the Ravens will counter with Jeff Bissett, who had 4 goals, including an empty netter against the Axemen. Beau Gervais will take the face-off for the Ravens. James McDonough on the near wing. Justin Monahan and Evan Pasternak on the back end, and we're underway as the Snowbirds will control the ball in the championship weekend semifinal as Joel Thompson sends it back for Jackstite as the Snowbirds looking to hop on the attack early. Thompson behind the Ravens goal looking for somewhere to go, tries a centering pass, and that one doesn't get through. As Evan Pasternak will come away with it for the Ravens. He'll just dish it off to his D partner, Justin Monahan. Throws it off the wall for McDonough, tries a centering pass. Adair is able to pick up that loose ball. There's a long shot, stopped by Deason, and he'll hang on for an early whistle. 32 seconds into this one as the Snowbirds are on the attack early as they look to hop on the board first. They had a 3-0 lead against the Bucks in the first playoff game, and then the Bucks were able to storm back in the second half. They scored 3 unanswered, and then the Bucks were able to win it in overtime by a score of 4-3. That tying goal came with 5 seconds left. Face-off won by Brock Harrison, wins it back for Justin D'Entremont. For Bryce Williams for Gammon, back for Justin D'Entremont now, who's going to let one fly, and McDonough, the former Snowbird, was able to block that one. Tries to send Jeff Bissett the other way, but can't. D'Entremont tries to come back with it the other way. He couldn't control that ball. It's now here comes Gervais. Tries to make a move around Bryce Williams, but can't. And that one's going to go down for an icing call, so the face-off will come down in the Snowbirds' end, and this will be the first face-off deep in the Snowbirds' end, and it'll be to the left of goaltender Greg Cunningham. So we'll see what kind of pressure the Axemen can put on now that they're in the offensive zone. Joey Velasquez out to take the draw for the Ravens, wins it to Riley Struthers. He goes back to Ruben Beatty, who lets one go from the line. Struthers now with a shot. That one doesn't get through. I think Bryce Williams was able to block that one. Now here comes Harrison the other way for the Snowbirds. Tries to get it up for D'Entremont. Too hot for him to handle. Is that going to be an icing call? It is, and D'Entremont goes hard, crashing into the boards with a member of the Ravens defensive units. I think that was Ruben Beatty that slid into him as D'Entremont was trying to slide to not make that ball go down for icing, and he's pleading his case to official Tyler Day. So obviously to no avail as Tyler Day is making sure that that faceoff goes back down in the defensive end. That was a hard crash into those end boards with D'Entremont and Ruben Beatty as well. Looks like they're no worse for wear. D'Entremont will hop back in that face-off circle, wins the draw back for Bryce Williams. Williams tries to go off the wall for Gammon. That one got intercepted by Riley Struthers with a shot, and a good pad stop by Greg Cunningham, and the face-off will come inside. So the Ravens are playing with a lot of confidence. They got out to a big lead in that game against the Axemen as well, and then they almost blew it The Axemen were able to come back to tie the game, but the Ravens were able to get a late goal, part of the 4-goal performance from Jeff Bissett. Yes, that ended up being a 6-4 win for the Ravens. Playing with some confidence. They have a lot of momentum. Face out to the left of Cunningham, won by Velasquez. Beatty lets one go. That one goes high over the net. Robert Keller tries to keep that ball in, but Harrison is able to whack that one out. But now Ruben Beatty will just leave it for Velasquez in his own zone. Velasquez goes off the wall for Austin Tuchak. Working on Williams. Tuchak tries to make a move around Williams and does a nice move. There's a shot, and they score! Austin Tuchak, the Ravens take flight first. Less than 2 minutes in, it's a 1-0 Ravens lead. So a great effort from Austin Tuchak, who made a nice move around Bryce Williams. And Greg Cunningham, it looked like he got a piece of it, but not all of it. And it ended up going in. And the Ravens strike first. 18:02 to go, so a minute and 58 seconds into this one. The Ravens have the 1-0 lead. As the face-off at center ice wasn't done cleanly, so they'll go and do that one again. So the face-off won by Ravens centerman Braden Arden. Nick Hamilton now tries to chip that one in and can't. Michael Anderson tries to get it ahead for Hamilton. Too hot for him to handle. However, the Snowbirds are going to ice that one, so the face-off will come down in the Snowbirds' end. So they're going to give that goal to Nick Hamilton. Looked like it was Tuchak from up here, but I'll stand corrected. Anderson now with a shot. That one goes off Braden Arden and out of play. So the faceoff should come outside. So Arden, Marcus Funk, Hamilton up front here for the Ravens. Clean faceoff win by Arden. Back for Michael Anderson. He'll go D-to-D for Evan Pasternak. Pasternak hammers it in. Nick Hamilton tries to play the hop and centering pass for Arden. Good defensive play by Brett Weens. Now there's a shot by Anderson, and that one gets shoveled aside by Snowbirds goalie Greg Cunningham. Hamilton now tied up there by Brent Weens. Braden Arden comes in to pick up that loose ball. Pokes it down low for Hamilton. Hamilton now tries a centering pass for Arden, and he tried to get his stick turned around but couldn't. Funk now with that loose ball, and Cunningham will just grab that one, and the faceoff will come inside. So the face-off to the right of Greg Cunningham. The Snowbirds will make a change. The Thompson, Jack Stites, and Colton Adair line comes out for the Snowbirds as they look to tie this one up. Jeff Bissett now gets knocked down by Matt Landers. That's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a body contact penalty on Snowbirds defenseman Matt Landers. And the Ravens, with a 1-0 lead, are going to head to the power play with an opportunity to make that lead too. So Landers is pleading his case and giving referee Ray Berezinski his 2 cents on the play, to no avail. The Snowbirds will control the ball in their own end. Can't get the ball out, however. Justin Monahan now for Tuchak. Down for Pasternak, as it looked like he might have fanned on that one-timer. That allowed Cunningham to get across and make the save with his left pad. Beau Gervais down low. What's he going to do with it? Tries to give it to Tuchak as those two will switch. Tuchak tries a centering pass. That one goes off the stick of Cunningham. Back for Monahan for Tuchak with a shot. And that one got steered aside by Cunningham. Monahan is just able to hold the line with pressure bearing down on him, but that ball is going to get out. So the Ravens are going to have to tag up, and the Snowbirds are just going to dump that ball down the ice. Mitch Deason out of his crease to play that one. Up for Monahan. Tuchak tries to take that one. Back for Monahan. Justin Monahan now is going to bring it up. Ahead for Gervais. He'll just gain the line and give it back for Pasternak. Evan Pasternak Going to slow things down as the Ravens get set up. 1:10 and counting to go in the power play. Monahan, the one-touch pass for Tuchak. Down low for Jeff Bissett, who tries to walk out and does. And a good stop made there by Greg Cunningham. And that one will go off the wall and down the length of the floor. Decent out of his crease. Almost misplayed that one. It's Justin D'Entremont for the Snowbirds is able to pick that one off. Looked like he almost had a chance to break away to the net. D'Entremont tries to poke that one past Monahan, but can't. As now Jeff Bissett will take it for the Ravens. 4-goal performance in the first playoff game against the Axemen. Tuchak just gains the line. Drops it back for Monahan. 30 seconds now in the power play. Tuchak on the far wall. Back for Monahan. He's going to quarterback this power play. There's a long shot stopped by Cunningham, and he'll hang on. Beaugervais was right there for the redirect, but Cunningham is able to save that one, and 17 seconds to go in the power play. Cunningham will just freeze that ball. So Gervais, Pasternak, Bissett, Monahan, Tuchak will stay out for the Ravens. Harrison, LaBelle, D'Entremont, Bryce Williams to kill the remaining time off for the Snowbirds. Tuchak lets one fly from the blue line, stopped by Cunningham. As D'Entremont picks that one up in the corner, just hammers that one down the length of the floor. And that should do it for the Matt Landers penalty. So the Ravens will move to 0 for 1 with the power play. Landers is out of the box. A couple good chances for the Ravens. A couple good stops from Cunningham. Here comes Joey Velasquez now. Velasquez with a shot. That one doesn't get through. Xavier LaBelle, the former Humboldt Bronco, will take it back the other way for Mike Gammon. Centering pass for LaBelle. In comes LaBelle! And a great stop by Deason, who doesn't know where it is. Deason was looking behind him. It was stuck under his pad. As now here comes Tuchak the other way. 1-on-2. Trying to work on D'Entremont, and a good play by Justin D'Entremont. A centering pass for Brock Harrison. In all alone. Brock Harrison! Stopped by Deason. A great save by Mitch Deason, who just outweighted Brock Harrison. Harrison now still with it. Looking for somewhere to go. Gets it down low for D'Entremont with a shot, and Deason is able to get a piece of it and steer it out of play, and the faceoff will come inside. So 14:08 left to go in the opening half as the Snowbirds are looking for a response. A great chance there from Brock Harrison, followed up by a chance from D'Entremont, and a couple of big stops by Mitch Deason. He came to play in that game against the Axemen, and he's come to play early on in this one too. Brian Dick is able to get that one out. Does that one have enough for icing? It doesn't. Matt Landers back. It's tied up by Braden Arden on the near half wall. Weems back for Landers. Off the wall for Derek Luxheim, who just moves it up for Potterdesky. Potterdesky couldn't handle that one. Now Robert Keller throws it around his net. Potterdesky is able to cut that one off. A centering pass looking for Corey Stefiak. Couldn't find him. But now Skylar Knapp. Backhand pass intercepted by Potterdesky. Potterdesky will just throw that one off the wall and around the boards. That one hit the official. So the Ravens are going to slow things down in their own zone. Ruben Beatty going to go behind the net. Derek Luxheim giving chase to him. Up ahead now for Robert Keller. For Beatty, off the wall. For Brian Dick, a centering pass for Skylar Knapp. He couldn't quite control it. Now here comes Joel Thompson the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Luxheim scores. Check that. Colton Adair scores. And it's a 1-1 game. So Colton Adair gets the equalizer for the Snowbirds. 12:56 to go. Good pass from Joel Thompson. And Mitch Deason just couldn't get across in time. And it's 1-1. So Adair has been good in the playoffs. Now here comes Jeff Bissett with a shot. That one handcuffed Cunningham. Michael Anderson plays that one off the wall with a shot. That one handcuffs Cunningham as well. And that one is just going to get swatted out by Thompson. It's going to go the length of the floor for an icing call. So the faceoff will come down in the Ravens' end. We will have the league timeout. So both teams will get a break. 12:39 to go, 1-1 game. The winner of this moves on to face the Bucks in the championship. The loser goes home. It's a championship weekend here in Dalmeny for the inaugural season of the Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League, and what a season it has been. And it's all brought to you by MR Promo, specializing in custom apparel and corporate promotional products. Our business is promoting yours. Face off to the left of Greg Cunningham, Beau Gervais, Jeff Bissett. Up front for the Ravens, as is James McDonough, but the Snowbirds are able to control that ball in their own zone, and out breaks it air. Chips that ball past Henderson and goes and chases that one down himself. A centering pass, that one got through the piece and steers it aside. Kagan Jackson, a centering pass for Adair, and a good stop made there point blank by the Ravens netminder. Joel Thompson being worked on by Pasternak, and Pasternak is able to win that battle, moves it ahead for McDonough. Long cross court feed for Beau Gervais. Centering pass for Bissett, who knocks that one down. Jeff Bissett back for Gervais, and a great stop made there by Greg Cunningham. Both goalies have come to play so far. Here comes LaBelle the other way. Tries to get it ahead to Jackstite, but can't. And now Joey Velasquez breaks away for the Ravens. Velasquez chips that one past Jarrett Penner and goes and gets it. Penner tied up Velasquez, but Velasquez comes away with the ball as he's looking for somewhere to go with it. Centering pass for Monahan, scores! Justin Monahan! And the Ravens retake the lead. It's 2-1 with 11:33 to go in the opening half. Great job by Joey Velasquez, who just did all the work in the corner, and then just a centering pass to Monahan, who was left all alone, and he was able to fire it home from the slot. Nobody was around him, and he beats Greg Cunningham, and the Ravens retake the lead. This time it's 2-1. So Landers will hammer that one in off the face-off. Keller throws it around the wall for Riley Struthers. Struthers up for Tuchak. Here comes Austin Tuchak now with a shot stopped by Cunningham. As Tuchak tries to follow that one up. Riley Struthers now with a shot saving there. Tuchak on the rebound, and a great stop made there by Cunningham. Landers tries to throw that one around the wall. Struthers tries a centering pass for Tuchak. That one got broken up. And now D'Entremont tries to get that one out for Brock Harrison and does. A breakaway for Brock Harrison. In, scores! Brock Harrison! The seesaw battle continues, and it's 2-2. So a great job by the Snowbirds in their own end to get that ball out to the speedy Brock Harrison, who had a step behind the Ravens defenseman. And he just goes forehand, backhand to beat Mitch Deason. And it's a 2-2 game with 10:56 left to go. So punch, counter punch so far in the first half. So both times the Ravens have got out to leads. The Snowbirds have responded as Pasternak's attempt at the dump-in goes off the stick of Podardesky and out of play. So the face-off in the neutral zone right by the Axeman bench. And that one gets sent down for an icing call, so the Ravens will get the chance at an offensive zone face-off to the right of Snowbirds goalie Greg Cunningham. So it's a 2-2 game as we haven't even played 10 minutes so far. Both goalies have played well in this one. So Arden out to take the draw versus Steffiak. Steffiak wins that one back for Landers behind his net. They'll move that one up for Potterdesky. Pasternak now down low for Hamilton. Fanned on that one as the Ravens try to keep that ball in. And for the time being, they do. Nick Hamilton tries to center that one, but he just threw that one to a Snowbirds defensive player. Hamilton gets it back. He's being worked on by Lux Hine, and Derek Lux Hine comes out the other way, but that one got intercepted by Braden Arden. Arden pokes that one past Bryce Williams right to Greg Cunningham, who's not going to take any chances. He'll just cover up that one. And the whistle will be blown, so we'll get another face-off deep in the Snowbirds' end. Gervais out to take the draw versus Thompson. Face off. There's a tie up for it. Still loose. And the ball will eventually go behind the Snowbirds' goal. Adair tries a centering pass, but no Snowbirds player was there, so Evan Pasternak will just take that one for the Ravens. Being worked on by Jack Stite. As here comes Pasternak. He's always got the green light to go, and he does just that. Dishes it off for James McDonough. Had trouble controlling that one, so Thompson is able to take it away, and now here comes Jack Stite. Across for Adair. Got the Snowbirds on the board first in this one. A centering pass for Joel Thompson with a shot. That one hit a stick and goes wide. Adair behind the Ravens goal. Back for LaBelle with a shot, and that one got ripped wide. Now Bissett the other way. Jeff Bissett tries a centering pass for Monahan. He had the Ravens' second goal, put them up 2-1. However, Brock Harrison quickly followed up with a goal for the Ravens, or for the Snowbirds. So now we're back at 2-2. Monahan just throws that one to some open floor, and Brent Weens will go back to retrieve it for the Snowbirds. Off the wall for Harrison. Brock Harrison now. Had that ball poked away. Good defensive play by Michael Anderson. Now it's a 3-on-2. Anderson just gains the line. Had that one poked away. Monahan tries to play that one off the wall but can't. And now Harrison breaks away with it for the Snowbirds. The other way for Don Tremont. A shot and a good stop made there by Deason. Good job by Deason to square up. We got a penalty coming up, and it's going to be on the Snowbirds. It's going to be a high sticking call on Brock Harrison behind the play. So the official, Tyler Day, was right there to make that call. And it looked like it was, like I said, behind the play. So Harrison will go and sit with 8:38 to go. And the Ravens have a chance to go on the scoreboard once again. So Gervais, Pasternak, Bissett, Monahan, and I believe that's Tuchak. That's out for the Ravens. Indeed it is, and the Snowbirds will get an early clear. So it's a high-sticking penalty, but it'll just be a 2-minute high-sticking penalty. In the Premier League, the officials have the discretion to decide whether it's 2 or 4, and he'll just sit for 2 or less. Monahan for Gervais, back for Monahan. Monahan now with a long shot. That one was redirected in front by Gervais. And a good stop by Greg Cunningham, so the face-off will stay inside. So the face-off to the left of Cunningham. Donchemont out to take the draw for the Snowbirds. Gervais for the Ravens. Face-off won by Gervais. There's a one-timer by Tuchak, and that one goes wide. Tuchak is going to pinch down to try to keep that ball in, and does. Gets it down low for Bissett. Back for Tuchak now from the face-off circle. Lets one fly. Stopped by Cunningham. Good stop by the Snowbirds goalie with 1:23 to go on the Ravens power play. And it'll be another face-off here for the Ravens in the offensive zone to the right of Greg Cunningham. Face-off this time won by Don Tremont. And Landers tries to send that one down the length of the floor. Hits the roof. So the face-off will remain inside. So Bissett to take the draw versus Don Tremont for the Ravens. Won by Bissett. Monahan. What's he going to do? Set up at the top of the line. Dishes it off for Tuchak. Monahan for Pasternak. Pasternak with a shot. They score! Evan Pasternak had the shot. Not sure if it was redirected or not. Either way, it beats Greg Cunningham. And it's a 3-2 Ravens lead as they get a power play goal with 7:41 remaining in the opening half. So a shot from Pasternak, lots of traffic in front of the net, finds its way through and ends up behind Greg Cunningham. And once again, for the third time in the half, the Ravens take the lead. So they've gone up 1-0, 2-1, and now 3-2. And every time the Snowbirds have been able to come back, so we'll see if they can do the same. Tuchak picks up that loose ball with a burst of speed, trying to make a move around LaBelle and can't. And Kagan Jackstay will just go and pick up that loose ball, sends it up for Adair. Fulton Adair, who has a goal today. And they say that he didn't gain the line, so offside is going to be the call. So face-off will come in the neutral zone. Pasternak does get credit for the goal, so it went right in off of his stick. As now Joel Thompson moves it ahead for Jackstay. Jackstay with a long shot. That one almost fooled Deason, but ended up going wide of the goal. Thompson now being watched by Beattie. Ahead for Jackstay. Jackstay with it. Lost it, and here comes Tuchak, will break away. He's got Riley Struthers with him. And he'll just dish it off for Struthers, but that one got intercepted. Good job by Brakes Williams to pick that one off. Adair tries to move that one ahead, but can't. Here comes Velasquez. Joey Velasquez now with a shot. Stopped by Cunningham. Tuchak had a chance at the rebound, but Cunningham was able to grab that one and hang on with 6:43 to go in the opening half. And it remains a 3-2 Ravens lead. So the face-off to the right of Greg Cunningham on championship weekend here in Dominey at the Dominey Arena. And it's all brought to you by Napper, the #1 name and top of the line ball hockey equipment. Arden, Dick, Gervais out for the Ravens. As that one went off a player's glove on the Ravens bench, so the face-off will come outside. Braden Arden wins that face-off and tries to make a move, but can't. Yes. Michael Anderson now tries to poke that one past his man, but can't. Monahan being watched closely there by Steffiak. Skylar Knapp with it now. Didn't play in that game against the Axemen, but he's in the lineup today. As now here comes Monahan. Throws it around for Anderson. Off the wall. Anderson back for Monahan. He has a goal so far today. He had the second goal for the Ravens. Thought about going for it and then decided to peel back. Almost had that ball intercepted. But now Ryan Dick didn't make a play on it, so icing will be the call, and the face-off will come down into the Ravens' end with 5:40 to go in the opening half. So Harrison, D'Entremont, Mike Gammon up front for the Snowbirds as they look to once again tie this game up. Face-off controlled by the Ravens. McDonough just goes behind his net for Pasternak. He has the go-ahead goal for now. As Pasternak with it behind his own goal, being watched closely there by big Mike Gammon from Prince Albert. Nice pass up for Bissett. Here comes Bissett, tries to make a move around Penner, but can't. Bissett still has it. Tries to centering pass, lost control of the ball, and Greg Cunningham just finds that one and puts his glove over top of it for a face-off. 5:08 to go. So the set, McDonough are out, but it looks like we'll have another league, what they're calling a league timeout. So each team gets one timeout per half. And there's also what's called a league timeout. There's 2 of those per half. They've already had the first one, so they'll take the second one. So the face-off will, like I said, come to the right of Cunningham. Championship weekend in Dalmeny at the beautiful Dalmeny Arena. Bassett out to take the draw for the Ravens versus D'Entremont. Won by Bassett. He'll win it back for Keller. He'll just go DDD for Pasternak. Back for Keller. Keller with a shot right on. That one goes wide. Went off of a Snowbird body and wide. LaBelle up for Harrison, who chips that one up. Now Bassett with it in his own zone. Throws it up for Pasternak. Throws it off the far wall for McDonough. McDonough now off the wall for Bassett. Too hard for him. And McDonough immediately knew that one was going to be too hot for Bassett to handle. So they'll go off on a change, and we'll have an icing call and the face-off back in the Ravens end. So 3-2 Ravens lead. Matt Morrison, happy to have you along for championship weekend. The winner of this one will move on to the final to face the Bucks. The loser of this one will head home. Pasternak tries to push that one past the Snowbirds forechecker and can't. Jack Stite lost that one to Pasternak, playing with fire just in front of his own goal. Eventually gets it up for Struthers. Ahead for Velasquez. Velasquez throws it in. Jarrett Penner, the former Raven. Off the wall for Jack Stite, and is that one going to be too hot for everybody to handle? It will be. Icing will be the call, so the face-off will come down back to the Snowbirds' end. So both teams will make changes. 4:04 to go in the opening half. Struthers, Velasquez, Tuchak, Beatty, Monahan out for the Ravens. Steffiak, D'Entremont, Harrison, Landers, Williams up for the Snowbirds as they look to once again tie this game. They've done it twice so far. They went down 1-0. They responded. They went down 2-1. They responded. And now they're down 3-2. And as of right now, haven't responded. The offensive prowess of the Snowbirds, however, are obviously never out of a game. So the face-off controlled by the Snowbirds. Steffiak tries to poke that one past Struthers and can't. Struthers back to Ruben Beatty. He's going to let one go from the line. That one got blocked, didn't make its way through. Now here comes D'Entremont. Up ahead for Harrison. Too hot for him to handle. He's able to track it down. Brock Harrison now with a long shot stopped by Deason, and he'll make sure that there's no rebound and hangs on to that one with 3:35 to go in the opening half. So face-off to the left of Deason. Arden out versus Harrison. Face-off won by Brock Harrison. D'Entremont tries to make a move, and he'll just go back to the point for Landers. Ball skips out. Oh, no. Bryce Williams with it. Ahead for Steffiak. Williams is just going to chip and chase. Nick Hamilton now with it. Gets that one up for Braden Arden. Here comes Arden now, working on Landers. Landers is able to swat that ball away. Arden tied up by Landers. Landers is able to come away with the ball. Spins away from Arden and comes out the near side. Dishes it back behind the net for Bryce Williams. Gets it up now for D'Entremont. In the neutral zone. D'Entremont looking for an outlet. Finds Steffiak. Icing waved off because D'Entremont was on the right side of center. Now Justin Monahan behind the net. Gives it back for Beattie. Backhands it for Bissett. Bissett tries to go off the wall, but Weens is able to block that one. Bissett, however, able to pick up that ball. Gets it ahead for Nick Hamilton. Bissett tries to drag that one through, but can't. Good defensive play by Xavier LaBelle. And he'll come away with the ball the other way. He'll just slow things down and gain the line with a shot. That one doesn't go through, and they score! How about that hand-eye coordination from Colton Adair? And the Snowbirds, for the third time, respond. And it's 3-3. So LaBelle had the shot that went off of a stick, and Colton Adair, playing baseball with 2:20 to go, is able to whack that one in. And it's 3-3. They're in for one dandy of a game. We're not even out of the first half yet. And it's been back and forth. James McDonough throws it off the wall. Thompson behind the net for the Snowbirds. Up for Adair. He's got two. Makes a nice move around Anderson. Here comes Adair, breaking towards the net. Centering pass. That one just missed Kagan Jackstite. Bissett chips that one past Thompson. And he'll just center that for Beaugervais, and they didn't gain the line, so offside will be called. And the face-off will come in the neutral zone with 1:47 to go. So the face-off right by the Ravens bench in the neutral zone. Face-off controlled by the Snowbirds. And as time ticks away here in the opening half. Brock Harrison for Steffiak. Steffiak lets one go. Stopped by Thiessen. A big rebound, but no Snowbird player was there. McDonough being worked on by Landers. Spins away from him. Back for Pasternak. Pasternak down low for McDonough, the former Snowbird. Being watched again by Landers. Back for Pasternak with a shot. Doesn't make its way through. Velasquez spins and fires. That one got steered aside. And this is where you approach the final minute in the first half. Penner comes away with it with a burst of speed. Penner lost that one in his feet, and that will allow Anderson to take that one for the Ravens, but Penner's able to get that one back. Back for Harrison. Brock Harrison now, watched by Tuchak, sends it down for Penner. Back for LaBelle with a shot, and that one goes wide. So we're into the final minute. Harrison now lost it, but is able to get it back. Now he's going to try to make a break for the net. A centering pass for D'Entremont, and a good stop by Deason. The ball is loose. Deason finds it with his glove and is able to hang on. A good original stop by Deason, and then did a great job to track that ball and put his glove on top of it for the whistle with 28 seconds to go. So face out to the right of Deason, controlled by the Snowbirds. That's Adair with a shot, and that one Deason might have got a piece of that one. And now Tuchak tries to come away with it, but can't. Adair with it, tries to send that one down low and does it for Thompson. Centering pass for Jackstad got intercepted by Keller. And 6 seconds remaining. Tuchak makes a move around LaBelle, and then offside is going to be the call with 1 second remaining in the opening half. So Ray Berezynski is giving the reasoning to the Ravens bench, who didn't seem to like that offside call. 1 second to go in the half, so enough time for a ball drop. And there it is. So, what a first half. Of course, the winner moves on to the championship final. The loser goes home, and it's evident through the first 20 minutes that neither one of these teams want to go home through the first 20. It's a 3-3 game.
Now it's your turn to sit in the director's chair by taking advantage of broadcast industry training and bring your ideas to life. Or you can contribute by volunteering and help build local community programming.
Welcome back inside Dalmeny in the Dalmeny Arena for the second half of the Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League Championship weekend. As it was a fantastic first half, 3-3 between the Snowbirds and the Ravens. The winner moves on to face the Bucks in the final. The loser goes home. And if the first half was any indication about what we have in store, we're in for a mighty fine second half as well. Snowbirds control the ball early on in the half. Snowbirds have yet to lead in this game. The Ravens have led 3 different times, and the Snowbirds have been able to respond all 3 times as Justin Poderdetsky with the ball in his own zone. Just shovels that one up for Colton Adair, who has 2 goals so far today. Back for Kagan Jackstite now with it. Jackstite tries to make a move, but lost it. Now Joel Thompson with the ball behind the net. Tries to get that one out, but can't. Now James McDonough back for Beau Gervais. Gervais back for McDonough as the Ravens just gained the line. Tried the return feed, but Adair is able to intercept that one. There's now Joel Thompson back for Kagan Jackstite on the give and go. Jackstite being watched and eventually cut off by Ruben Beatty. Beatty up for McDonough. Here comes James McDonough, watched by Harrison. And now Jared Penner will pick up the loose ball. Harrison up for Antoine Nataways. Beatty now with it. D'Entremont down low for Nataways. And watched there by Joey Velasquez, comes away with the ball still, however. Back for Jared Penner. Penner's going to let one fly. Good stop by Deason. The rebound is stopped by Mitch Deason, so a good early stop here in the second half as the Snowbirds look for their first lead of the game. So a face-off will be to the left of Mitch Deason. 18-18 to go in the second half. D'Entremont back for Jared Penner. Penner gonna let one fly again. That one doesn't get through. I think Tuchak might have blocked that one with his foot. Harrison for Nataways. Try to give it back to D'Entremont. Now for Penner with a shot. They score! Jared Penner! The Snowbirds have their first lead of the game. It's 4-3. Great job by the Snowbirds to control the ball in the zone, and eventually they get it back to Jared Penner, who lets it fly from the blue line, and it finds its way past Mitch Deason. And for the first time in this game, the Snowbirds have a lead. So now we'll get the chance to see how the Ravens get to respond. First time they trailed. Here comes Monahan with it. Tries to shovel that one back, but couldn't. Back for Michael Anderson now. Anderson slows things down in his own end. Centering pass for Braden Arden, got intercepted by Kari Stefiak. Back for Mike Gammon, ahead for Derek Luxhine. And Derek Luxhine couldn't quite control that one. It'll roll to Deason, and he'll hang on. Face out to the left of Deason. Monahan now behind his own net. Up ahead for Arden. Arden ahead for Skylar Knapp. Knapp centering pass for Braden Arden. But good defensive play from Brent Weens to thwart that attempt. Landers picks up the loose ball right by his bench for the Snowbirds. Tries to send that one far side. Deason plays that one in his crease. Monahan ahead for Skylar Knapp. Knapp now tries to give it to Bissett, but that one got intercepted by Jack Stite, who gives it for Colton Adair. Adair tries to make a move around Pasternak, but can't. Jack Stite will go and pick up the loose ball, being watched closely there by Robert Keller. Jack Stite behind for Adair. Tied up by Keller. Pasternak in there as well. Tries a centering pass, and Deason will just find that one and hang on. So the face-off to the right of Deason, as it's been all Snowbirds here so far in this one. Pasternak as the Ravens control the ball off the face-off. Back for Keller. Ahead for Bissett. LaBelle was able to come in and take that ball around his net. Burst of speed for Xavier LaBelle as he's going to bring that one up. He'll just dish it off for Adair. Back for LaBelle. Nice give and go. Centering pass for Joel Thompson. That one doesn't work, and now Bissett has a break the other way. Jeff Bissett working on Podardesky with a shot. Goes wide. Bissett will go and track down that loose ball. Tries a centering pass, but Jackson was able to intercept that one. A centering pass for Joel Thompson. In all alone. Thompson! Stopped by Deason as Joel Thompson just ran out of real estate. And Deason is able to make the save with the left pad and hang on. So that Jeff Bissett chance that went off of Podardesky, it's been the best chance so far the Ravens have had in this second half. So far it's been all Snowbirds. They have a 4-3 lead, their first lead of the game as well. Face off in the Ravens zone, won by Velasquez. Justin Monahan plays that one back for Beatty behind his own net. Beatty tries to go off the wall, maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Icing gets waved off as Nataway's behind his own net now. D-to-D for Penner. He has the go-ahead goal so far for the Snowbirds. D-to-D for Nataway's. Struthers was able to poke that one away, and Struthers will go and give chase. Tries to poke that one away again from Penner. They're in a battle for it behind the net. Velasquez picks up the ball with a shot. That one doesn't make its way through. I think Brock Harrison tipped that one, and that one goes into the Snowbirds bench. And Tuchak and Bryce Williams are exchanging pleasantries. So the face-off will come inside. So the face-off to the left of Cunningham. Beatty with a long shot, and that one goes high and wide. Harrison to pick it up for the Snowbirds. Being watched by Marcus Funk. And Harrison will just go behind his own net and slow things down as we're through the first 5 minutes of the second half. A 4-3 Snowbirds lead in championship weekend. That pass by Harrison misses everybody, and icing will be the call. So the face-off will come back down. 14:52 to go. 4-3 Snowbirds lead. Of course, the winner of this one will play the Bucks in the championship final for the first ever Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League Championship. Gervais out to take the draw versus Mike Gammon. Gammon wins that one back for Weens. Throws it behind the net for Matt Landers. Off the wall for Derek Luxhine. Too hot for him to handle. Pasternak makes a move around Luxhine. Evan Pasternak now. He has a goal today for the Ravens. Back for McDonough. McDonough down low for Pasternak now. Evan Pasternak behind the net. Tries a centering pass for Bissett and fired it just wide. Bissett didn't really have a lot of room. Good job by him to get that shot away. McDonough is able to steal that one away for Gervais. Beaugervais tries a centering pass. That one doesn't make its way through. And the ball actually rolled right to Greg Cunningham, who will just put his glove over top of that one and hang on. So the Ravens are trying to establish a little bit of a forward check here, down 4-3. And this offensive zone face-off might be able to help with that. Bissett, Gervais, McDonough, Pasternak, Michael Anderson out for the Ravens. Thompson, Jack Stite to Dare. LaBelle and Poderdesky for the Snowbirds. That Thompson, Adair, Jack Stite line that's been good in this one here for the Snowbirds, led by Adair, who has 2 goals. Michael Anderson tracks down that loose ball in his own zone. He just goes D-to-D for Pasternak, plays it off the wall. LaBelle is able to chip down and had a chance, but couldn't quite play that one. Now Bissett tries to poke that one past Poderdesky and can't. Anderson up for Bissett, who will just gain the line. Jeff Bissett now tries to make a move around Poderdesky, and those two will take a tumble as they're still in a battle for the ball, and Poderdesky is able to come away with it. He'll slow things down in the near corner. Set up for Jack Stite. Jack Stite now spins away from a check. Ahead for Adair. Adair stops with a shot, and that one got blocked by Anderson and goes wide. Velasquez couldn't control that one, so Adair picks it up, centering pass. Kagan Jack Stite with a shot, and that one goes wide. Pasternak off the wall for Tuchak. Tries to pull that one past LaBelle and can't. And that one will come in the neutral zone, the face-off. As both teams will make changes with 13:06 to go. Velasquez out to take the draw versus D'Entremont. Face-off won by D'Entremont, wins it right back, and Jared Penner, as the go-ahead goal, will track that ball down. Penner up for Nataways. Icing waved off because Penner was on the right side of half. As Robert Keller picks up that loose ball in his own zone. Off the wall for Tuchak. Williams now. Bryce Williams will slide that one up, and that one goes down for icing, so the face-off will come inside the Snowbirds' head. So we'll have the league timeout with 12:40 to go. Both teams will get a chance for a breather. So the top line for the Snowbirds out in their defensive zone. Looks like the Ravens will counter with Arden, Beaugervais. Check that, Bissett and Beaugervais and Austin Tuchak. Robert Keller and Justin Monahan on the back end. 4-3 Snowbirds lead. Semi-final game of championship weekend in the Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League in Dalmany. And it's all brought to you by MR Promo, specializing in custom apparel and corporate promotional products. Tie up off the face-off. The Snowbirds are able to come away with it. Brock Harrison controls that ball, moves it up for Justin D'Entremont. Now, D'Entremont, long pass for Nataways. Good job by Jeff Bissett to get back and break that one up. Keller now back for Bissett behind his own net. And Bissett, the long lead feed for Tuchak, gets knocked down by Penner. And Penner will now take that ball in his own zone. Ahead for Nataways. Back for Bryce Williams. Up for Nataways. Nataways now tries a centering pass for Harrison. Monahan cuts that one off. Back for Gervais, and here comes the Ravens the other way. A centering pass for Bissett, and that's going to be a penalty as Bissett's stick was knocked out of his hands by Justin D'Entremont. That's going to be a slash, and the Ravens, who are 1 for 2 on the power play, have a chance to tie this game up with 11:46 to go. So it was a good pass from, I believe that was Monahan. And D'Entremont was trying to make a play on Jeff Bissett, who the pass was intended for, and Bissett's stick fell out of his hands. So it's going to be a slashing penalty to Justin D'Entremont. Gervais, Bissett, Pasternak, Tuchak, and Monahan out. And again, these penalties, the referees do have the discretions to make it a 2 or a 4 for the high sticks and the slashings, things like that. I would assume that this would probably almost be a 2, but we'll have to see. And indeed, it is only a 2-minute minor. So D'Entremont sits for 2 or less. The Snowbirds get a good early clear. Like I said earlier, the Ravens are 1 for 2 on the power play. Evan Pasternak has a power play goal. Monahan is just going to dump that one in. That one handcuffed Cunningham, weans us back, and is able to fire that one down the length of the floor once again. Monahan brings it up over center, just for Pasternak as the Ravens will gain the line. Monahan now down low for Bissett, chips that one wide. Bissett being worked on by Weens now. There's a battle for it behind the net. Physicality picking up behind the net there as well. As now Tuchak tries to wrap around. That one got cut off by Landers. Landers tries to clearing attempt, doesn't work. Gervais picks that one up. Beau Gervais now with it for Pasternak. Pasternak with a shot, and he fired it wide, and that one will go out of play, and the faceoff's going to come outside. Boy, Pasternak was left wide open, and he just fired that one high and wide, looking to go top corner on Cunningham. So the faceoff will come in the neutral zone. 10:43 to go in the second half. 57 seconds remain in the Justin D'Entremont slashing penalty. Faceoff won by Snowbirds. And Jared Penner now back with it. He's going to hammer that one down the length of the floor. So good job by the Snowbirds. Other than that Pasternak chance that went high and wide, haven't really been able to gain much of anything here on this power play, their third power play of the day. Monahan. They're going to say that the line wasn't gained. So they're going to have to do that again. Now they do gain the line. Monahan off the wall for Pasternak. Down low for Gervais. Gervais across for Tuchak. Wanted to one time that one. There's a shot. And that one doesn't make its way through. Monahan does a good job to keep that one in. Monahan for Tuchak. Found on that one. Bissett had a chance down low and a good stop by Cunningham. Final remaining seconds of the power play. Pasternak now makes a nice move. Lost the handle. D'Entremont back out onto the ice. 5-on-5. Snowbirds kill that one off. They're now 2 for 3 with the penalty kills today. Gervais behind the net. Beau Gervais centering pass for Bissett. And he fired it high, and the faceoff's going to come outside. A golden chance for Jeff Bissett, who had 4 goals in that game against the Axemen in the first playoff game, and he had a great chance, and he just fired it high. So 9:32 to go in the second half. 4-3 Snowbirds lead. Beattie back with it. Nobody knew where the ball was. Braden Arden comes in to pick that one up. Tries to get it across to Knapp. That one goes off of his foot. As now Joel Thompson is with it. Back for Jack Stite. Jack Stite down low for Adair. Scores! Colton Adair! And it's a 5-3 Snowbirds lead. So another one for Adair, as he was left all alone in front. And he was able to put it past Mitch Deason and some insurance with 9:08 to go. It's a 5-3 Snowbirds lead. So face-off controlled by the Ravens as now they look to climb back in this one. Struthers. Cunningham out of his net to play that one. Head for Penner. Off the wall for Keller. There's still a battle for it. And James McDonough comes away with it for Struthers! And a great stop by Cunningham. It's in! Riley Struthers gets one back for the Ravens. It's now 5-4. It looked like Cunningham got a piece of it, and then it just went straight up and in. And for the Ravens, they don't care at this point how it goes in. They've cut this lead to 1 goal. It's now 5-4. So Struthers was left all alone on that side of the floor. And he just let one go on a great pass, and it beat Craig Cunningham. Now Potterdesky. LaBelle. Xavier LaBelle now. With it. That one hops over the stick of Harrison. He's in a battle with Tuchak, and Bassett is able to chip that one ahead for Austin Tuchak. Tuchak back for Bassett. Too hot for him to handle. Greg Cunningham got the poke check out as well. Here comes Antoine Nataways now. Blows past Beau Gervais. Nataways with a great individual effort, and then he just lost control of the ball. Antoine Nataways now. Back for Brock Harrison. For D'Entremont. D'Entremont in. Stop rebound, and a big block there by Beau Gervais on Jarrett Penner. Harrison has that ball hop over his stick. So that one goes all the way down. Cunningham will play that one in his crease for Williams, ahead for Penner. As the Snowbirds look to get right back on the attack. Jarrett Penner. With it, sends it down low for Nataways. Couldn't connect. Antoine Nataways spins away from Monahan. Tries to throw that one down low. Him and D'Entremont couldn't get on the same page. D'Entremont centering pass doesn't work, so that one goes down. Cunningham out of his crease, and he'll just lead that one for Brock Harrison. Harrison will slow things down, tries the centering pass for Adair, and that one misses him, and the faceoff will come down inside the Snowbirds' end with 7:12 to go. So the face off to the right of Cunningham. Arden out to take the draw for the Ravens. Controlled by Joel Thompson and the Snowbirds. Matt Landers behind his net. Ahead for Thompson. Cross floor pass. Keller is able to pick up that loose ball for the Ravens, however, and he's just going to slow things down in his own zone. Under 7 minutes to go. Ahead for Nick Hamilton now. Hamilton tries to make a play, lost the ball. Up ahead now for Jackstad. Jackstad couldn't control that one as he's in a battle with Marcus Funk. Funk just goes off the wall, gives it up for Braden Arden. Tries to poke it past Matt Landers and does. The Ravens have numbers. Nick Hamilton scores! Nick Hamilton has tied it with 6:34 to go. It's a 5-5 game. A great job by Braden Arden to poke that ball past Matt Landers. The Ravens had numbers, and it's capped off by Nick Hamilton. And the Ravens this time claw back to tie it. So a good pass from Arden. Nick Hamilton was streaking down the right wing. Left-handed shot, so he was just able to open up and get that one-timer off. And it's a 5-5 game. Ravens all of a sudden have all the momentum now as McDonough tries to make a break for the net but can't. Pasternak with it. Being watched by Lux Hine. Evan Pasternak now is going to walk in. Slides it down to Velasquez. The ball was loose as that one went off the pad of Cunningham. Beatty now at his own blue line. Tries to send it up, but that one got intercepted by Mike Gammon. Gammon for Steffiak. Had that ball poked away from him. LaBelle is able to cut off Velasquez. Cunningham comes over to his crease to play that one. Almost fanned on it, but Jared Penner was right there to pick that one up. Long pass for Derek Lux Hine now. Hine just pushes it in the Ravens' end. Pasternak. Now. Sends it back for Beatty. Steffiak right in his hip pocket. Pasternak gets the return feed. Cross for McDonough, wide open on the near side of the floor. McDonough now with it for Jeff Bissett. Working on Penner. Bissett trying to gain position. And Penner is able to poke that ball away as Bissett tries to tie him up. Loose ball, D'Entremont for LaBelle. Up ahead for Harrison. Brock Harrison now as here come the Snowbirds the other way. As we creep to under 5 minutes to go. A long shot from Nataways. That one goes straight up off of Mitch Deason. And he'll steer that one out of play. So 5:06 remaining in the second half. What a game this semifinal has been. This is what you want a semifinal to be. The Ravens went up 1-0, then 2-1, then 3-2. Then all of a sudden the Snowbirds went up 5-3, and now it's 5-5 with just over 5 to go. So we'll have the league timeout. Of course, we saw an overtime game that the Snowbirds played in. It was the first playoff game. It went into overtime, and the Bucks were able to come away with that win. So that's why the Bucks are going right to the final, and the winner of this game will play the Bucks in that final. The loser goes home, but there is the potential for yet another overtime game here on championship weekend out in Dominie in the Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League. And it's all brought to you by Napper, the #1 name and top of the line ball hockey equipment. Tie up off the draw. It's Bissett being worked on by two members of the Snowbirds. And I think that ball, did it get tied up or did it go over? I think it went over the bench into the Ravens bench, and it indeed did. So they'll do the face-off all over again. Face-off is going to be inside. D'Entremont whacks that one down, but Tuchak is able to come away with it. Now here comes Bissett. Ahead for Tuchak. Good D from Bryce Williams to poke that one away. D'Entremont now makes a move around Gervais. Tries to get around Monahan, but can't. As Keller is able to poke that ball, get it up for Bissett. Bissett just pokes it back for Keller. Ahead for Beau Gervais. Makes a move around Brock Harrison. Harrison does a good job to stick with him. Now Antoine Nataways the other way. Ahead for Harrison. Centering pass for Justin D'Entremont with a shot, and he rips that one wide. A good chance as that one didn't miss by much as D'Entremont was trying to go near side. Harrison now. Back for Landers. Landers with a shot. That one doesn't get through. That one was blocked by Keller. Landers does a good job to keep that ball in. Once again, he gets tripped up. That's going to be a penalty. And the Snowbirds are going to go to a power play with 3:54 to go. It's going to be Austin Tuchak on the trip as Matt Landers was able to get around him. And Tuchak was going for the ball and ends up getting a stick in the legs of Matt Landers and trips him. So Harrison, D'Entremont, LaBelle. All sorts of players switching for the Snowbirds. Adair, Harrison, LaBelle, Thompson, and D'Entremont. That's who's on the floor. Face-off controlled by the Snowbirds with a chance to go ahead. LaBelle for Harrison. Down low for Adair. He's been so good. Adair with a shot. Fired wide. Comes out the other side. LaBelle is able to track that loose ball down. And LaBelle down low for Thompson. Joel Thompson. What's he going to do with it? LaBelle open at the point. They'll give it back to him. LaBelle back. Is he going to go back to Thompson? He's not. He's just going to dish it off for Brock Harrison now. For Thompson. Joel Thompson now with it down low for D'Entremont. Scores! Justin D'Entremont at the side of the net slides it in. And 29 seconds into the power play, the Snowbirds have the 6-5 lead. So great patience from the Snowbirds, ended by Justin D'Entremont, who's been a little quiet in this game. He got an opportunity at the side of the net. Was able to put it in with 3:25 to go. So the face-off controlled by the Snowbirds. Now they're going to look to bring home this lead, and a win would put them in the championship final against the Bucks, which would be a rematch of the first playoff game. That went into overtime. Although this game's not over yet. 3:13 to go. Of course, in that game yesterday, we saw the tying goal in that Bucks-Snowbirds game happened with 5 seconds left, so still lots of time left. If you're the Ravens, we still have over 3 minutes to play. Jackstite pokes that one away from Keller. Here comes Adair. Colton Adair now with it across for Thompson, scores! Joel Thompson, there's the insurance with exactly 3 to go off the turnover at the blue line. And it's now a 7-5 Snowbirds lead. So great patience by Colton Adair off the turnover. Joel Thompson was left all alone in front, and he was able to beat Mitch Deason. And it's now 7-5. Now Matt Landers with it. Up for Jared Penner. Penner in his own zone. He'll just go D to D for Landers. Has to go off the wall. Gervais down low for Bassett. Extra attacker on the floor for the Ravens. It's Velasquez. That's now Keller. He's going to tee one up. And a good stop by Cunningham. A great save by him. Made that save through traffic. Bassett takes a whack at it. Goes off the wall. As Gammon is going to try for the open net, and that one is going to go down the length of the floor for icing. So the face-off will come back in the Snowbirds' end with 2:19 to go. Ravens still have their timeout as well. So Gervais, Monahan, Velasquez, Bassett, Tuchak, Pasternak out for the Ravens. They're down by 2 with 2:19 to go. So the face out to the left of Cunningham. One by Bassett, who lets one go, and a good stop by Cunningham as he had to squeeze that one and does. So the face off. Tie up. Harrison tracking down that loose ball. Landers up for Harrison. Centering pass for Nataways. Nataways tries to hammer that one into the empty net, but can't. And here comes Velasquez the other way. Joey Velasquez. D'Entremont throws that one around the wall, and that's going to be an icing call. And with 1:52 left, we'll have another face-off in the Snowbirds' end. Bassett tries to take a whack at that one right off the draw, and then he tried another shot. Fan on it, tries another one, and sends that one high. Harrison is able to get it out as Pasternak will go down and chase that one with just over a minute and a half to go. Tuchak just gains the line. A centering pass for Joey Velasquez. Velasquez with a shot stop by Cunningham. Ball was loose, but LaBelle was right there. And he'll send that one off the wall and down. And that's going to be an icing call once again. And I think if you're the Snowbirds, you're clinging on to a 2-goal lead. And I think you're just happy to get that ball out. And if you ice it, then you're okay with that. So the face-off to the right of Cunningham. Monahan for Bassett. Gervais now with it. Tries to center that pass. And that one is going to go down. Monahan will track that one down in his own blue line. Ahead for Pasternak, and they're going to say offside. And that faceoff's going to come all the way down. So the line wasn't gained. Faceoff will come in the neutral zone. Deason will stay on the bench, and we'll have a timeout on the floor. So both teams will come up with a play for the last minute and 1 second. 7-5 Snowbirds lead. The Ravens had the lead 3 different times in the first half and just couldn't pull away. Snowbirds had their first lead early in this half, and they were able to regain the lead on a power play goal after the Ravens scored 2 unanswered to tie it when they were down 5-3. This has been one heck of a matchup here in the semifinal. And I can only hope that the championship game, the championship final of the Saskatchewan Premier Ball Hockey League, the first ever, can be just as good as this one. And as it stands now, that will be a Snowbirds versus Bucks matchup, which will be a rematch of the first playoff game. And that first playoff game, of course, went into overtime, and the Bucks were able to head right into the final because they won that game. Pasternak for Monahan lets one go, and it gets stopped by Cunningham, and he'll steer that one out of play with 48 seconds left. So the face-off to the right of Cunningham. 48 seconds left. Landers picks that one up and throws it around. Pasternak now. Down low for Bissett. Bissett tries the centering pass. Tuchak now. Back for Pasternak with a shot. That one doesn't make its way through. Brock Harrison now is going to break away with that one. He has Joel Thompson with him. He'll just lift that one up for Thompson. And Thompson had that ball swatted away from him. Tuchak gains the line with 20 seconds to go. Tuchak now being watched by LaBelle. A centering pass for Monahan, and that one's going to get sent the length of the floor, and one more whistle with 11 seconds remaining in regulation. Face off to the right of Cunningham. 10 seconds on the clock. And it would appear that the Snowbirds will make their way to the championship final. A spirited effort from them, a spirited effort by both teams. And unfortunately, the Snowbirds were able to just outlast the Ravens in what was a high-scoring game. So the Ravens will go home. The Snowbirds will head to the final, and it'll be a Snowbirds-Bucks championship final, and we'll have that game for you coming up. Once again, the final from the semifinal, the Snowbirds 7, the Ravens 5.